Dogs are just animals. Start treating them like it.
Now, I often preach about not treating dogs like humans, that we must be leaders to our dogs, and to effectively lead them, we must communicate with them in a language they understand. But does that mean they're nothing more than an animal we own? Or that for me, as a behaviourist, they're nothing more than an animal I train for money? That there's nothing deeper they can offer us, and therefore nothing deeper we can offer them? Well, to answer this question, I want to take a look back through some of the dogs that I've worked with, and we can find out together. Now, this dog was tortured, beaten, and then tied to a gate and left for dead. The amazing team at a rescue centre that I volunteer at saved him. He was in terrible shape physically and had the most complex behaviours towards humans I'd ever seen. We spent months rehabilitating Shadow. There was times where I questioned if it was even possible. And then the breakthroughs happened. And when they did, it taught me a valuable lesson. A lesson I remember every day. That when things are hard, you don't quit. You remain disciplined to putting in the hard work. You remain patient and trust in the process. And by doing so, you become more resilient. And the more resilient you become, the more disciplined and patient you are, which creates a beautiful loop of personal growth, all because of a dog. Mabel's my Connie Corso puppy. I got her in a time of my life when I was riddled with imposter syndrome. I was conflicted by the landscape of the dog training world. I knew what I believed in, but I was being bombarded with that it was wrong and that I should change, and I let societal pressure change how I behaved and how I acted. This led to me not having the success in the training with her that I wanted. Success I'd achieved countless times before, and it got so bad I questioned if I'd made a huge mistake getting her in the first place. Then one day, I trusted myself. I did what I knew worked. I started to lead her. Loving leadership, but leadership with rules, boundaries and high expectations, and teaching that actions have consequences in life. And that day, I solved the separation anxiety entirely, had her happy and content quietly in her crate. I had the loose lead walking done in a day, and completely changed my happiness with her and our relationship because of it. In that day, I learned to trust myself. I learned to back myself. I learned to believe in myself, all because of a dog. Now, this dog was treated awfully, including having his ears cropped with kitchen scissors that went so bad that he lost his hearing. I fostered him for a rescue centre and worked on his complex behaviours, including some of the most severe separation anxiety I'd ever seen. But Sydney, from day one, was overflowing with love, desperate to please and desperate to be led by someone he could trust. He made me, my family and my team laugh every day. He was a joy to train, a joy to be with, and everyone that met him loved him. He was the perfect example of a dog's resilience, a dog's ability to forgive, a dog's ability to live in the present, and a dog's ability to love first and foremost. That experience with Sydney taught me that regardless of the hurdles in our life, they can be overcome. We can always find a reason to be grateful. We can always find a way to forgive. And we can always lead with love, and we're all worthy of love. I learnt all of those things just because of a dog. My personal dog, Sully, he didn't just change my life, he saved my life. I will never shy away from my struggles with mental health. I will always openly discuss them in the hopes that it provides light to people in that darkness. But the truth is, Sully was my light when I had none. Sully was literally my reason to get out of bed when I felt I had no other reason. Walking Sully literally allowed me to walk towards my light. He took me there. He guided me to the place I'm in now. And most importantly, Sully taught me life is worth living. All because of a dog.
So then, are dogs just animals? Well, yes, they are, like we're just animals. But if, as a species ourselves, if we could learn more from the just animals that dogs are, I think we'd be a better, happier species for it.